Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live, episode 198. Hold the phone. It is ridiculously awesome. We have been going live for 198 episodes. I think that's a pretty amazing feat, actually. Do you think? I think it's amazing. Hi, Tamara. So happy Wednesday. So the thing that hey Sandy, when I started the coffee run, one of the reasons that I did it in the way that I do it is to make sure that, number one, you've got some really great content coming at you. Number two, you've also got the ability to get your questions answered. Even if some people might think they're silly or stupid or whatever, or normal or abnormal or, whatever the heck that might be. So I've been completely committed to, hey Marie, to making sure that you guys always have your questions answered. And, that's, I think, the thing that's really important, right? Is that you get the clarification that you need, that you get the input, the insights that you need, so that you're able to actually go ahead and apply it into your life, your business, your marketing, your course creation, your content, your whatever the heck it is that you are doing. So I'm beyond thrilled to, number one, be here with you today. We're a little bit early. Hey Jess, good morning. I've got a radio interview at 11:15. That's the second one for the day. So I'm really excited to do that. The first one I did today was with, oh my gosh, Nicola, that's really terrible. I'm looking for my phone to find the thing. It's Luke and Susie. That's right, Luke and Susie. And we were talking about the power of using social media to actually get a job. Now, for a start, that might seem, well, it wasn't actually on how to use social media to get a job. It's like how you can use social media to bolster your efforts to get a job. And incidentally, the theory that goes into that is actually the same as if you want to use social media to get clients, right? And one of the things we were talking about is the importance of having not just sort of reactively going and making sure that your profiles are sharing the message that you want them to, like from what you've put up in the past, but also being proactive in the content that you're creating to really make sure that you're highlighting and showing and sharing the values of where you're going, like so where your values are now and where it is that you're moving forward. So it's kind of interesting, like where these little it's almost like a little side road kind of comes up as a result of the work that you do. And I'd encourage you to just pay attention to the little kind of like side roads that might come up as a result of you doing what it is that you're doing. You could be talking about styling, for instance, and that it takes it's milliseconds to literally create a first impression. So you could be talking about how to do that on social media. You could be talking about that when you're going to the store. You could be talking about that when you're applying for your job, whatever it might be. So had a bunch of fun and they're a hoot to chat to. So I'm not sure when that's going live, but as with all of the other media that we've got going on at the moment, I will be sure to let you know, because I'm pretty sure we laughed for the whole 20 minutes, which, suits me down to the ground. So a couple of questions I had come through over this last week were, number one, hey Phil, one of them was around, the question was, Nicola, I've seen that you talk about mentors all the time, and just wondering, actually, what was the language? Let me get the actual words. I heard you mention that you've used a mentor in the past. I always have mentors, just so we're clear on that. I think it's really important for, number one, for me as a mentor and as a leader, I think it's important if I'm asking you guys to do something or suggesting that you should do something, whether it's buy from me or learn from me, there's got to be people in my world that I'm also buying from and learning from, right? Because, what that demonstrates to you and what that demonstrates to the universe on a universal energetic level is that if I'm willing to invest in me and my own growth and my own development, then, that I think it's, Well, I'm walking my talk, right? I'm saying if I was going out preaching about the importance of mentors and the importance of growing and the importance of creating content, and if I wasn't doing it, you'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't even, that's inauthentic, right? So I really do believe that it's important, if you're wanting someone to do something, that you're also doing that thing, right? That you're saying you're mastering. There's a reason why therapists also need to be in therapy. There's a reason why personal trainers have other personal trainers usually working out with them, helping them, guiding them, motivating them, holding them accountable, because guess what? We are all human, right? And so we all have these really clever ways of being able to sabotage ourselves. So it's really important to have mentors. So that's the first part of that. And then the second thing that was asked is, I have a question about how did you find a mentor? And then what questions did you ask before deciding to work with them? All right, so the mentors, every single mentor that I have worked with, I'm just trying to think if there's been any exception, which maybe the very, very first thing that I did. So when I was in corporate, I trained to be a style and branding coach, and I did not find her on the internet. She was recommended. I didn't find her on Facebook. She was recommended to me by a friend of mine, a really close friend of mine. So that was how I found her. But every single mentor that I've worked with, that I've bought from, following on from that, so that was 2010. Gosh, it feels like about 25 lifetimes ago. It probably is about 25 lifetimes ago in actual fact. Every single other mentor that I've found I found on Facebook. And it's not that I was going out, and this is the thing that I want you guys to hear. Like, so look at it through the lens of how I found my mentors, and also think about it through the lens of how you're going to be able to do this so that your people find you. So I did not go to the Facebooks, and in that big search bar across the top, I did not put in there or search for how do I find a mentor. I was just kind of doing my thing. And it might have been that I was, inadvertently, what I would have been doing would have been wasting time scrolling through Facebook, being bored, looking for inspiration, looking for something different, not actually physically. I didn't go, it's not like going to the supermarket where you go to the supermarket or the grocery store to go and buy a lip balm, right? I didn't go to Facebook and look for the thing. But what I was doing was I was scrolling, and I think I don't even know that they were necessarily all advertised posts, but for some reason, somehow, their posts, these person's posts came up in my newsfeed. And so I started following them. And so I was, you're looking at the stuff that they post. I was looking at the stuff that they were posting. I was watching what they were doing. And I was just kind of like, oh, these people feel like they fit. I like what they're saying. I resonate with what they're saying. I resonate with the way that they're doing it. My thinking was, well, they seem like they know things that I don't know. Let's have a conversation type thing. So that was how I found them. I wasn't out there looking for them, but they popped up in my newsfeed. So possibly similar to the way that you found me. It might be that you guys have seen a free thing pop up in your newsfeed, and then you either put your information in for it and you became part of my email list, and I've been talking to you that way. Or maybe one of your friends introduced you, or, maybe Facebook just in their algorithm goodness put my big head in your newsfeed because they were like, Facebook was like, you need to listen to Nicola, she's fucking amazing. And bang, here I am talking to you about all of the stuff and the things. So, and the thing I guess for me is the thing that you all know is that I am relentless in my commitment to you and showing up every day. So then I pop up in your newsfeed again, and then I pop up in your newsfeed again, and then I pop up in your newsfeed again. Now, you might not always resonate or like everything that I say, and that's totally cool. But like from a broad spectrum perspective, there's, you know, if you've been following me for any length of time, there'll be like little gold nuggets or whatever that sort of pop on through that you're like, yep, that's awesome. Or not, you know, whatever the reason is that you've been hanging around. And this is really like what you want to be doing in your own news feeds, right? Showing up, being relentless in your commitment to your audience, showing up, delivering content, delivering value, creating a space for conversation, helping them to get to know you, right? So when I've looked at these mentors that have popped up, some of them I've known for a while or known of them for a while, right? So, you know, I'm just thinking that the people that I've worked with, like I've either known people who have worked with them as well, which is probably why they've popped up in my feed, or somehow, some way I've stumbled across them. Now, in terms of the questions, so the third question in this question from one of you was, what are some questions that you asked before deciding to work with them? I didn't interview them, right? I knew with every single person that I worked with, that I decided to be a client of, I knew at a really deep level that it was just like, I need to work with them. Like, I don't even know what the heck they do, but it was just like, I have to work with you. I don't even know what it is that you're going to teach me, but I know that I need some of what you've got, right? It's like, I need some of that energy. I want some of that energy. I want some of that training. I want some of that learning. I want some of the confidence, or I want some of the flair, or I want some of the soul, or I want some of, like, there was something in them and the way that they were showing up. And some of it was tactical and some of it was more of the feeling part. But there was always something in there, something in them. Let me rephrase that. I saw in them bits of me as well, but perhaps like the me that I wanted to be, you know, maybe 2 or 3 steps ahead of where I was at that point in time. So to be perfectly honest with you, I get a little bit excited, right? So I'm like, oh wow, like this person seems really great. I'd love to work with them. And then my head gets in the way, and then I'm like, oh, but maybe it's not the right thing. Or, you know, even though you know in your heart and your soul and your gut that it might be the right thing to do, but I do get a little bit scared. You know, the people that I invest with do tend to be, it's usually a high ticket investment. So the thing that I actually do, that the God honest truth, is I grab out my pendulum. I'll show you. So first of all, I kind of do the excitement thing. I do the excitement thing where, oh wow, like this looks really good. I wonder if maybe this is the next person to work with, and rah rah rah. And then I get a little bit, not obsessive, but it's like, oh, you know, I think I should. And then, or maybe what I shouldn't, you know, they're in a similar industry to me, or they're kind of a similar personality to me, or is this going to take me way off track, or whatever the case might be. And that's where I literally open up my little woo-ness stuff, and I'm like, okay, I think this is what I need to do. I want some confirmation. And so I grab out my pendulum, and I'll test to see, you know, the yes or a no answer, and I will ask it a whole bunch of questions and get my answer. Now, if my pendulum says no, I'm like, really? Really? For real? Okay. All right. That's why I checked. It doesn't always say no. And then the other side is if it says yes, I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I guess the choice, the gift of free will choice now is mine. I don't then interview them. Like, that's not how it happens. So usually what happens with every mentor that I've bought from is usually some kind of enrollment process that they put in place, which is actually what I do. So I don't, if someone was to say to me, you know, oh, Nicola, I want to interview you about being a possible mentor, I kind of go, what? You know, if you don't think I'm the right person for you already, then I'm not. or maybe the timing's not right. And if you think the timing's not right, then don't buy. Don't apply to work with me. So their job and your job is to put out enough information, content, opinions, thoughts, thinking, original stories, and all whatever else you put out there. Hey, Joe, that helps your people, your audience to go, you know what? This person has got it. I'm totally in. I am a hell yes. And then the rest is just kind of detail. I do ask if there is a particular thing that I need help with. So for instance, it might be some of the technical side of doing something. I might say, hey, I don't really know what it is that I'm going to learn from you, but I know that I do need this. Can you help me with that? And then they would say yes or no. And then, you make your decision to either buy or not buy or get the help from them. And then, maybe fill that other gap with someone else. But essentially the way that I choose mentors is I really want to hear in their marketing, and when we're talking and conversing back, I want to hear that they are rock solid certain. So I don't want to hear like, oh yeah, that might work, or, there's some things that we could maybe try, or, if they feel a little bit vague, you've got to run for the hills. Like they have got to be so rock solid and so certain. And so, this is what we're going to do. And this is how I can help you. And this is the way that this works. And if you're a hell yeah, then come in. And if you're not, then that's totally fine. So it's almost like this reading of energy thing, because I need them. Like, here's the thing, guys. I need them to be able to hold a place of certainty for me and in my success, so that on those days, and I still have them, on those days where self-doubt kicks in, on those days where I'm like, oh man, really? Am I really good enough? Can I really do this? Like, is it really going to change? Am I really going to be able to accelerate? Can I really do that? That seems a little, it seems a bit of a stretch, or a little bit controversial, or like whatever. I need them to be able to hold that level of certainty that they're like, babe, you've got this. Absolutely, you can do this hands down. I've got your back. Come what may, just get yourself out there and let's go shoot the lights out. That's what I need to hear in someone, because if my faith is wavering, I need this person to be so rock solid so that they can kind of hold my faith when it might not be as strong. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So yeah, that's the answers to that question. Now, I do, incidentally, have an interview in 2 minutes. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I trust that that's been really helpful for you. If you've got questions, comments, I think like the other day, there was a whole bunch of comments that came through that I didn't see coming through on here live, which is a bit weird. So thanks for the thumbs up, Tamara. Let me know that this has been helpful. If you do have other questions, let me know. I am so excited. I'm beyond excited. We've got episode number 200 happening on Friday of the coffee run, and I've got the best thing ever to share with you. There's going to be some big announcements. There's going to be, I don't know, I think I might have to bring some streamers or something fabulous for that. 200 episodes, can you believe it? And we're at season 6 in Visible Live, which is really cool too. So Marie, I trust that was helpful. If you've got any questions, further clarification needed, let me know. Otherwise, rock on, everybody. Have a great day. Get out there, go help some people, share your thoughts, be original, have fun doing it, get your ass out there and be visible. All right? And I look forward to speaking with you all tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Sydney time for the Coffee Run Live, episode 199. The countdown is on. Tomorrow, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try my first bulletproof coffee on Friday to celebrate. Boom, baby. I like it. Yes, so exciting. The conversion and the mass influence is happening. I love it. All right, have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow.